Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt. KUGAN, CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global. Hello.
Hello mate, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Sum it up.
Unbelievable night. I mean, main event. I've not felt, I don't know how you felt, but I've not felt so much energy and like...
It was almost like there was a crowd here.
Yeah, but I was almost like shaking because, I don't know, it was weird. And you know when you see Usyk come down that ramp and I was probably sitting in a bad seat to score it because I couldn't split him at the end of the fight. And David Haye, who was one to the left of me, thought Chisora won the fight. Bellew, who was a couple down, thought Chisora won the fight. Even I think Aegis and Alex were either...
Alex had it a draw.
Yeah, okay, a draw, yeah, and they're Team Usyk. So, but then when I went over the other side, I was like, what do you think? And everyone was going, no, Usyk's won that comfortably. So I'll have to watch it back. But I just felt that Del Boy won the first 3 or 4 rounds after 5. So do you not give him another round or 2 after that? I gave him the 11th, I think. I'll have to watch it back. Usyk was landing the cleaner shots for the majority of the fight. But I just thought Del was forcing the fight. And, you know, maybe I got a bit carried away with the story and the momentum. But it was... what about yourself?
I was 7-5 or
Usyk,
6-all.
Yeah.
I was a fair shout for 6-all.
So you're sitting on the fence, really, pretty much?
No.
Yeah.
Not
Great
really.
fight, though. Great fight. Great fight. And listen, it was a really good fight for Usyk because it was hard for him. He's done 6 rounds in 2 years. And, mate, after the first round, he looked like he'd been slung around like a rag doll, didn't he? Came back to that corner and looking like, oh, my God, what's going on here? So you have to give a huge amount of credit and respect to Chisora because he fought pound for pound great. And he pushed him all the way.
What did AJ say to you?
I went over. He said, I think he had it close as well. He said, oh, he wasn't sure, and I think my old man had it to Usyk by a round or something like that. And yeah, but then I went in to see Mike Costello. He thought he won 8-4. You know, so.
If
anyway.
they force this mandatory and push on with it, how's this going to play out in your opinion? Joshua may have to vacate.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, look, if we can't make the Fury fight, which I don't see that situation happening at all, AJ will fight Usyk. I mean, a lot of people are out there going, oh, Fury or AJ won't be bothered about Usyk now. He's a fucking brilliant fighter. Like, don't worry about that. And styles make fights, by the way. But AJ believes he knocks Usyk out, and I'm sure Fury feels the same. But Usyk's a brilliant fighter, like fucking pound for pound quality fighter. So yeah, I mean, look, AJ's all he wants to do is beat Pulev and then fight Tyson Fury. So, but if that didn't happen for some reason, he would go and fight Usyk without problem.
Boris's announcement today.
Yeah, I love the way you said it, like your mate.
Boris's announcement today. Mm-hmm. Everyone's obviously wondering about, has it got any effect on like boxing as such, in terms of what you're doing with the bubble, etc.
No, I mean, I think they've made it clear that elite sport is exempt for that. We have the best bubble in British boxing by a mile. I mean, we're the only ones that take it seriously, right? And now everyone else has got to take it seriously and spend the same kind of money we do as well. But it's important to keep people safe. And if we make mistakes, then the sport might get shut down. And we can't afford that because we've got to keep the sport moving. So it's horrendous because when it happened in March, we're basically probably going to end up going a year without crowds. I mean, it's tens of millions of pounds worth of revenue that's just evaporated into the air. But we're all getting by. We're all sticking together. We're finding a way. You know, we do the pay-per-view every time we're holding our breath. You know, and it's like every time you tick one off the list and go, right, we got through. We made it through, we survived. No one got hurt too bad. I'm not talking about in the ring, I'm talking about out the ring. Fighters got paid, another great night, on to the next one.
Wouldn't it make more sense to move AJ and Pulev here?
Yeah, we probably will.
Oh, you will?
You know, if we can't get a crowd at the O2 and we've got everything set here. He came tonight, I actually said to him, it's weird in here, isn't it? And he went, that's great. But it's, you know, it's like I said after 1 or 2 rounds with Usyk, you know, it's like your whole career can fall apart in here with no one here. That's what's so dramatic about it. And I worry about my fighters fighting in this environment because they might do better in front of a live crowd. But guess what? Tough shit, it ain't happening. So what are you going to do? Sulk about it? No, or we roll up our sleeves and we crack on. You know, the only thing that really matters is that we keep on breathing. So this is a game. This business is a game. Business, you know, trying to survive, trying to make money, trying to make big fights, trying to give people opportunities. It's what we do. Now, you imagine sitting here last year again, right? Next year, what we're going to do is we're going to go a year without crowds, right? And we're all going to be locked in a hotel for a week. You don't realise we've got hundreds of people in a hotel for 5-6 days, paying for all their rooms, paying for all their food, paying for all their transportation, their flights, paying for all the testing, 130 quid a pop per test. You know, I mean, fucking hell, it's a nightmare.
Ed, I know it's late. Just run through the performance.
Selby Kambosos, I thought was a really good fight. I thought Kambosos was the rightful winner. Had him sort of winning by 1 or 2 rounds. Just thought Lee needed to do a little bit more. Yeah, well done to George. He's a nice lad, and Lou DeBella and those guys. They'll go on to fight Teofimo Lopez. I thought Savannah Marshall was absolutely brilliant. I mean,
can you make the Shields fight?
I want to. Listen, I'm gonna end up falling out with Clarissa Shields. Because she's very...
She sent you a bit of a funny tweet.
She'll watch this. I know she will, right? I have a lot of love for Clarissa Shields and a lot of respect for Clarissa Shields. So what you got to understand, Clarissa, is just because I think Savannah Marshall will knock you out, it doesn't mean we can't be friends. All right? So I'm going to speak to Mark. No more talking. I believe Savannah Marshall beats Clarissa Shields. So no more talking. She is... The ruling with the WBO, because she had to give up her belt because she got 2 divisions, she's now mandatory for Savannah Marshall. It's just that they've got to work out the split, which might cause a problem for the fight because, you know, depending on what the WBO... but it won't cause a problem for the fight being made, just in terms of negotiations. We will be making an offer to Clarissa Shields, to Mark Taffet, to do the fight. I would love to bring Clarissa Shields to the UK. She's a big star, you know. And I'll go, and listen, Clarissa, I really like you. I think you're an amazing fighter. I think you've got a great personality. I know you've got a big soft spot for me, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Savannah Marshall's going to beat you again.
And then...
Sorry, and then first fight was an absolute... First fight was an absolute... Mind that. First fight was an absolute cracker. Amy Timlin against Carly Skelly. Draw. We'll look to do that again. Great professional debut by Ramla Ali. Really good European cruiserweight title fight between Tommy McCarthy and Bilal Lagoon. Really pleased to see Tommy win there. Very, very close fight again. A lot of close 50-50 fights tonight. The main event was just absolutely thrilling. So I hope everybody enjoyed it. And now we move to Katie Taylor World Championship triple header. Back here in 2 weeks.
Eddie, pay-per-view buys?
A bit early, not dissimilar to Dillian White Povetkin. Looks like a little bit less.
Less than 300, a little bit?
I would think so. I would think sort of deep twos, something like that. But again, I've only, you know, you only get a little bit of feedback, but very, very strong. Very strong. And, you know, I thought it was a great night. Great main event and a good card.
You going home?
I'm going to go and see Usyk and Del Boy, and then I'll be making my way home.
All right. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, people. Relentless in the shops now. Amazon.
You don't fucking bet, mate.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt.